Hey y'all, good morning. Bear with me, I'm a little bit sick, so I sound a little bit funny, but I'm setting up the reviews area inside of HighLevel, and I realized we never really went in depth on how to set this up, especially since there's been a lot of changes over the past year. Oh my gosh, it looks like I got a black eye. Yeah, like I said, don't mind me. I should have did webcam off, but we're gonna roll into it. So we're just here in the reputations tab on the left-hand side. Now, one important note, it's gonna ask you first to connect your business profile. That is done in settings and then, don't dox me, integrations. And then you just go ahead and manage, connect your Google account, and then you'll have the option to manage and connect your Google business profile. Go ahead and like toggle that on. You can do update. I'll go ahead and turn on GBP call tracking. Perfect. Okay, now we're in the reputations area. It's always going to start to my stats. If you want to kind of fly through it, I highly recommend just using these items right here. It's kind of like your onboarding area. And we're going to pop on over to reviews. Actually, let's go to settings first. Okay, so it's going to go ahead and enable your Reviews AI. What Reviews AI does is it will automatically, using AI, respond to your reviews. But you can set some conditions around it. If you don't want it to automatically respond to your reviews, you can do suggestive, which will essentially draft and suggest a way to respond to the reviews, but it's not actually doing it for you. Or you can just turn it off completely, which will allow you to go ahead and manually respond to your reviews. I'm going to turn on auto responses. We're not doing the AI employee. We're just straight up doing the legacy AI reviews bot. I'm going to set it to 20 minutes before it responds. And then we're going to come down here. This is the, again, legacy reviews AI. We're just going to roll with that instead of creating a whole new agent. It is pretty good. So we're going to hit edit. Agent name, legacy reviews AI is fine with me. It comes with some instructions. You can adjust these if you would like. Then you can kind of pick your tone. I just pick solution oriented here. Pick your language, review source. So if you want to go ahead and do any other pages, you can add multiple pages in here. I want to limit this to 4 stars or above. I don't want this responding to any 3 or below star reviews for me. You can add a footer here. Thanks. Interesting information, exteriors. Okay. Beautiful. And then you can go ahead and like generate a response preview so that you get kind of a good idea of how your bot's going to actually respond. We're glad you noticed our efforts to keep the place clean, well maintained, continue. Okay, that looks good. Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and save. So that is up, it is rolling. You can also go ahead and do the new review AI agents, but again, for this purpose, we're just gonna roll with that. That's all I really need. Interesting. If we want, oh, check this out. Okay. So this is, I'm just going to kind of follow the prompt. Create a new drip campaign. Drip campaign is essentially going to allow you to set parameters around when you are responding to reviews. You can set a specific agent. This is going to be not so much for our local service providers, but this will be good for people who maybe have a store where you want to kind of adjust and edit your reviews based on what is happening inside of the store, inside a restaurant, inside a salon, things like that. So think about right here, obviously it says holiday is going to be kind of like our template here. But when you're thinking about this, think about, okay, we want to respond to reviews around this time with our holiday market bot that knew all of the vendors that were at our market, that, you know, knew what was going on. We went ahead and told the bot everything that was happening in this time frame. And then we're going to go ahead and review. We can only reply to reviews older than 1 day. We want to go ahead and do it daily. We can do up to 10 replies per day, only between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. And then we can go ahead and select our chat. This is basically going to allow you to drip out your responses. And it also makes it appear a little bit more human instead of like firing off responses one after the other, especially if you're in a time where you're going to get an influx of reviews at the same time. Okay, there's that part. Let's go down to review link. Make sure you have your review link in here. So when you go ahead and hook up Google My Business, it will pull in your Google link automatically. You can also add custom links, or if you have your socials integrated as well, you can kind of pick from which one you want to do. If you want to get reviews over multiple platforms, so let's say you want some to go to Facebook, you want some to go to Google, you can turn on review balancing, and that will essentially send a portion of your review request to Facebook and a portion of those through Google. We're just going to leave it this way. You can select your page over here. I do recommend always copying this link and just double checking it just to be safe. Then we're going to come into SMS requests. So you have to toggle these on. It almost looks like you can't, but you can. We're going to toggle them on. When do you send the SMS after check-in? So how long are we waiting to actually send the review request? Do you want it to repeat? So until clicked, repeat this every. So what this does is very important. When someone clicks on the review link, it will stop resending them requests to leave a review. That doesn't necessarily mean that they did leave a review, but it does mean that they went ahead and clicked on the link. So you can set whatever time frame you want to repeat this in. And then we'll set our maximum amount of retries. I have mine set to 2. Also very important. So I already have the first one in here. This is going to be number 1. If you click this button, you can create a new template from scratch, or you can create a new SMS template from scratch, or you can select from pre-built templates. Either way is perfectly fine. I'll go ahead and click this, but I already have what I want to say in a note. So I'm just going to copy my stuff in, but you can see it already has all that good stuff. You can create and set as default if you're only using one. This is kind of best option there. Number 2, I'm going to name it number 2 because I want this to be the message that goes out on the second retry if they don't click. And then we'll create one from scratch. So it looks exactly the same, but just so you can see it. Okay, and request number 3 and hit save. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, and 3, but I have to come into set SMS settings and then just select, I'll do number 1. On retry 1, it'll be the second version. On retry 2, it'll be the third SMS. We'll go ahead and hit save. And then you can see where it says live. This is the initial, and then retry 1 and retry 2. And then you can always go ahead and edit, delete, duplicate these. Same thing for email request. It'll look like this on default. We'll go ahead and toggle that on. I'm going to hit edit templates. This is just kind of the default that comes on. Default review request number 1. So same thing with email editor here. We just want to make sure, we're clicking, customizing, making it actually match the branding that we have. So I have all the brand colors here. I'll just go ahead really quickly and adjust that. Is it? Okay. I'm not doing anything crazy. I just want to make it a little more custom than it currently is. Okay, I don't know why it's saying that there's a background color there. Okay, well, we'll just go ahead and save this. That's obviously not perfect, but I don't want to make you guys sit here and watch me edit and email this all the time. So exact same kind of situation here. You can choose email templates for your request. We'll send it 2 hours after. Repeat every 3 days. Bear with me. Maximum retries is 3. It's going to do this after every setting update apparently. And then you can see it went ahead and popped in email templates for me that I can quickly go ahead and adjust or edit. But we can also go ahead and create a new one, which will basically be start from scratch. So here we go. Or we can import from the template library as well. So if we come down, we can search all kinds of different options. Oh my, that's really long. Where's our review? Okay, nope, we're not going to do all that, but you kind of get the idea there. Same thing, you can hit the 3 dots, you can preview and edit your templates, clone, restore, or delete. WhatsApp requests would be configured very, very similarly. We don't have a WhatsApp that we have integrated to any account, so unfortunately I can't show you that. Reviews QR. So this is really nice for, you can put it on paper if you are giving them a receipt or an invoice, or like a example, this company gives out warranty packets at the end. You can literally go ahead and configure this, put it right on any printed material, any digital material, and it will link directly to your reviews link. So, of course, per usual, you can look at the training that we have on QR codes. I don't know why it's not letting me edit a whole lot of things here. But you kind of get the idea there. You can go ahead and create your QR code so that they can scan it and directly leave a review. Spam reviews comes turned off automatically. I highly recommend you turn that on. Just helps kind of detect spam and stop it before it's blasted all over your review site. And then integration, so about 100, probably less, but tons and tons of different locations and things that you can actually integrate into here to send reviews to. So take a look, see if you're using any of those items, and that's how you're going to be able to set those up. Now, coming into actual overview, you can see it wants me to send my first review request, create a review widget, and connect more platforms. I don't need to connect any more platforms. Review widget we can do. Let's actually go into competitor analysis really quick. So actually, I'll do this later. We'll do a separate video on competitor analysis. What I want to focus on is just configuring your reviews. We can go ahead and send a review request right now. Don't dox any of my people. I'll send that via email and then send review request. So that's how you can manually send out a review request as well as in your automations. When you start getting reviews, you will be able to see them here, as well as there will be an AI summary of what the current sentiment of your reviews is overall. And then you can actually see the actual review as well as the response. We did create a separate video on video testimonials, but let's go ahead and actually create a new widget because these can be used all over the place. So you have different templates. Let me see if any of these kind of match the vibes. Let's just go with this one. Okay, beautiful. And then what this actually does, it will pull in your actual, let me edit this. It will pull in your actual reviews from your reviews area in HighLevel. If you've ever been on a website and you can see like all their Google reviews directly on their site, but it stays updated, it's not something they have to do manually, that's what this is doing. And we can choose a couple of different formats. So we can do list, a grid. It's not going to look a whole lot because we don't have any reviews yet because this is a brand new business. You can select how many, what ratings you want to actually put in here. Override write a review link. We don't need powered by. Well, I guess we can because it has the name in there. And then review source, we just want to go ahead and select that. We can change the different things in the headings. You can obviously update all your colors, things like that. I'm just going to save it for now. I think we kind of get the idea here. And now we have a widget that you can look at on mobile too, and go ahead and grab the code and literally plug it in where that we need to. So quick and dirty overview of reviews, how to set those up, what it kind of looks like, and if you have any questions, let me know.